Welcome to Open World Survival, Episode 2. Who can name that sound? I'm here with KevDirect, Patty90X, and Godpile. I'm domognarigato. Do any of you recognize that intro sound from today? Anybody?
I didn't hear it, so.
Oh, you guys didn't hear it?
Yeah, we can't hear
Oh,
it.
oh, for real?
I recognize silence, yes,
Oh, man.
occasionally.
Yes, you're correct, Pat. That was the Nintendo Entertainment System silence. Oh, dang. Yeah, I was getting, I
Nice
was getting,
recovery.
I was getting feedback on my mixer here, so I thought you guys could hear it. Um, if you had heard it, it was great. It was the PlayStation 1 original PlayStation startup sound.
Been looking for my PlayStation.
Oh, dang.
It's around here somewhere. I just gotta find it.
All right. Anyway, go look it up on YouTube, guys. It's great. It's very nostalgic. I'll try and set it up correctly for the second time I do a console startup sound.
Maybe a test.
Yeah.
In the future.
Anyway, oh, that's gonna make the outro difficult as well. Anyway, yeah, this is Open World Survival Episode 2. Like we did in Episode 1, I want to start with a food question. You gotta eat and drink and get some sustenance in when you play open world survival games. So I thought I had probably after Episode 1 was uh, I don't know. I was probably poking around in the kitchen late at night and remembered delicious childhood after school struggle meals and wondered what y'all's might be. Mine uh, were often kid cuisines, and I was overweight as a child. And part of the reason is because I would make a kid cuisine for myself and I would be satisfied. And then I think my sister would make a kid cuisine for herself and only want the brownie. So then I would also be giving her quick kid cuisine. um, Apart from that, the cheapest frozen burritos you could probably buy, Tina's or Jose Ole. And as I got older and moved on from the childishness of kid cuisines, it was Salisbury steak TV dinners. So that's what and also being Filipino, there was a chance rice was put on the side of any of this, any and all of these things. So, I just know we have very different experiences. I wonder what your childhood struggle meals might have been. Godpile, Kev, and a newcomer, first official guest, open invitation to become a regular, Pat.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
Okay, go ahead.
I think. I mean, usually it was probably a lot lamer than that. Like, I think I just have some chips and a soda or something. I think when I got a bit older, like high school is when, I'd maybe have like pizza rolls or something when I got
Mm-hmm.
home, from time to time. But those would go so fast that I didn't have those very often. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I think just, chips. At the most, maybe there'd be like a sandwich, a bologna and cheese sandwich or something.
Yeah, nothing too crazy on my part. My family always bought those massive, like 1 gallon tub of cheap ass vanilla ice cream.
Oh.
So I would make milkshakes, and that would be, those 2,000 calorie milkshakes that every growing boy needs. And so I would make those. That would be my struggle meal.
That's fancy as hell.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's like
That ice cream was literally like I'm pretty sure it cost
I
negative
have one
money.
of
They
those
were just like,
jugs
please
in
take
my
it.
freezer right now.
A milkshake's like a once a year treat or something.
I mean, if it was that commissary ice cream, yeah, it's pretty cut rate.
Bingo.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, yeah, when I was younger, we were pretty poor, so it depended on what day it was.
Mm.
Was it a day that my mom had gone grocery shopping? Had everybody eaten all the food already? Uh, so, I mean, and it depends on how generous my mom was feeling or how much money she had for grocery shopping that week. It was sometimes there was some little Debbie's,
Oh, okay. Fudge
very
round.
very very rarely, but most of the time from probably middle school until high school. And I still do this actually occasionally, just not in quite of a abundance. I would make peanut butter toast.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Respect it.
but when I was younger, it would be 6 pieces of toast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so half a loaf of bread and some peanut butter.
Okay, so you
Uh,
toast it and then what?
so you just put it in the toaster and then you put peanut butter on it and then you
Okay,
eat
so
it.
no, you don't butter it and then peanut butter it.
Oh my
No,
God. I mean, he wasn't on the bulk. I mean, he played soccer, but he wasn't on the bulk.
the other thing would be like sugar toast, or if I was feeling fancy, cinnamon sugar toast
Yeah, I've definitely
with
shown my
butter.
son fat kid hacks. And I'm proud of him that he likes like healthy stuff. So I'm glad I don't have to worry about him wolfing down frozen burritos like I did as a kid. But yeah, he'll do like the Eggo waffles with peanut butter and jelly and fruit inside it, and I'm like, dang. Well, thanks for sharing, guys. I'm hungry now, so
Yeah, this
um,
this is this was dangerous to sidetrack because I had questions about the kid cuisine.
That's
Um,
true. Yeah, you
I
were you were fancy growing up there, Dom.
I mean,
yeah,
my mom was a sale shopper, so if it was like, buy two kid cuisine, get one free, she'd come home with about 30. So, uh, I guess I shouldn't have been so surprised to hear about my sister's very picky eating habits in college because, like, I really remember this. I don't know if I'm remembering it incorrectly, which is another topic for today, but I feel like she would make a kid cuisine and she might eat some of the nuggets if there were nuggets in it, but she was just there for the brownie. And,
yeah,
and then it's like, well, I'll eat the rest of them. I'll eat those vegetables, those heavily processed frozen vegetables. Sure.
yeah. In college, it was weird. Like, you know, my campus had not a ton of options, uh, and only like one name brand place on it. And then where she was had tons of options, tons of name brand stuff. And I was just kind of blown away. And she would, yeah, anytime I'd ask about any different spot, she's like, "Oh, I've never been there before. Oh, I've never eaten that. I've never." And I was just like, "What? How do you have all these places around you and you haven't gone to any of them?" But yeah, her eating habits were really weird in college.
Wow. So before we get too sidetracked, we need to discuss some corrections and tie up some loose ends from Open World Survival Podcast episode one. On episode one, we discussed our gaming advent calendar and uh, left December 25th open. Not every advent calendar goes up to December 25th, but ours will. And we decided uh, December 25th on our advent calendar would have one of two things. You would either have a PlayStation demo disc number one from the PAL region with classics like Gran Turismo, Spyro the Dragon, Tekken 3, and Abe's Odyssey, or you would have the Pizza Hut slash Toys R Us demo disc, also for the PlayStation 1, with classics like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Crash Team Racing, Final Fantasy VII. So you're getting a demo disc if you don't have a PlayStation. uh, you're just gonna have a demo disc on your bookshelf. But it's gonna be a PlayStation demo disc, two classic options there. So a little variety for December 25th. And then I want to talk about my memory as I get older and make some corrections from episode one. On episode one, I said I played the Legacy of Kain demo on the Sega Saturn. And then when I was trying to find that, I realized they never made that demo disc for the Saturn. So I don't know why I thought they did. And I also referenced an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry orders a Thai turkey chili. And I tried to find that clip, and I was way off. Jerry orders a crab bisque from the Soup Nazi. It's George. I got the character wrong. George orders a medium turkey chili. It's not even like, I don't know why I thought he said Thai turkey chili. It was such a vivid memory in my head. But no, I was completely off. And that got me wondering, like, am I already at that age, guys? Is this early onset something? Do I just
Yeah.
misremember things now?
If if my brother knew we were doing this, and he listened to it, I mean, he would have been in the comments lighting you up.
Oh man. And George, that's the episode George doesn't even get his turkey chili. He asks for his bread and they take his soup away.
Hmm.
So a classic scene, and I got it completely wrong. So on the topic
That's the
of,
best of us.
yeah, on the topic of, old man brain and misremembering things, uh, it came up the other night when we were enjoying, once again, some Project Zomboid. Uh, Pat wanted to join us today, and that invitation had been, standing. So welcome. And we ended up sort of having, you brought up how gaming has changed for you in the course of your life. And I actually had that written down on my list of potential topics. So yeah, we're going to touch on that today. How has gaming changed for you? So Pat, do you want to kick that off?
Sure. So, I mean, I was talking about mainly with me, it's been like my experience gaming and how it's changed. I mean, of course, it's going to change as you get older, but just how games are in society today um, is when we were kids, NES, Atari, Super Nintendo, those types of things. Most of those games were meant to meant to sit down and beat them in one playthrough. And you've got playtimes of like an hour, 2 hours, or something like that for most games, and that's probably even stretching it for some of them. But now it's even into high school, like Final Fantasy VII was. I think I had like 90 hours in Final Fantasy VII uh, before my sister erased my save,
Oh,
or brother. I think it was brother.
oh no.
Criminal.
Yeah,
Criminal.
I have never beaten Final Fantasy VII because of that.
Oh my God.
I've
Ooh.
watched someone else beat it. I mean, I was on the last boss. I was just like
Oh,
leveling and stuff.
Pat, you're giving me anxiety. I didn't know
Yeah.
about this.
So, like, games cost more now and all that stuff, but you're also getting a lot more time out of it.
Right.
I also have a lot less time to put into gaming.
That's where I was gonna jump in. Was the first time I remember seeing my playtime in a game was Final Fantasy VIII.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever you went to like
The
the
save.
the menu screen, it was in the, well, just the menu. It was like in the bottom right corner, and yeah,
Oh
also
yeah,
the
yeah.
save screen. But I remember seeing like 80 something hours, and I played with a guide, and I was just doing all the side stuff. I was exploring, and I remember seeing 80 hours and being like, "Fuck yeah!" like, like I don't know. I felt like proud that I'd grinded that much time in a game. And like, I don't even
Well,
remember
that's I
what.
mean that's how I felt with Final Fantasy VII. Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
don't even remember what
there, I
point I was at in the game. I don't think I was. I think I was getting close to like the home stretch, but I was just doing
mhm.
other things and having a good time. And now, you know, after getting home from the office or something, I'm like, I'll sit down and I'm like, yeah, I want to play something, and then I'll be like, ah, man, I don't know. I'm gonna be if I start playing something, I might be here for 40 minutes, and I'm like, I can't commit to that.
I literally because uh, my wife and my youngest daughter they do a sleepover usually on Saturday nights of the weekend. So like that's usually like my all right. I got time. I can game. I sat down on Saturday night and was like, I don't really want to play anything.
Like
And I
having kids,
stared
I
at
know
my
exactly
computer.
what you
Yeah,
mean. I know
stared
exactly
at the
what you're saying.
computer
Yeah.
for probably 30 minutes. Like I looked through like I was like maybe I need a new game. I was looked through games and I was like I don't want any of these. And
Sometimes
I
I'll
just
just
went to bed.
sometimes I'll just go look at my Steam library and I'll be like, should I install any of these? I 100% empathize with everything you're saying. I know.
But yeah, younger me would have been like, no, I'm gonna play something. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna play something. And probably would have stayed up like most of the night. But 40-year-old me said, "You know what? It's 9:30. I'm going to bed."
Yeah. I can't start something when it's 10 o'clock. I'll be here till 11:30.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's my thought process on every single movie because like my wife will only want to do some like she'll say, "Let's watch a movie," and it'll be like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, "Do you want to finish it?" Because I'm not finishing it, and I
Dude,
know you're not either. So like, we might
dude,
as well just wait.
dude, my wife will say the same thing at maybe like 8:30, and I'll like text my son, "Hey, we're gonna watch a movie. Uh, how long do you think your mom's gonna stay awake?" We'll like make a side bet, and it's less than 40 minutes. Like she
Yeah,
she wanted to watch the new Jurassic World movie so bad, and like they weren't even off the boat, and she was asleep. The only dinosaurs had been in the water, and I look over, and her eyes are just closed, and I'm like, I didn't even want to watch this. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the worst. When you let them pick the movie
yeah.
and then you're the only one watching it.
And I told you, Godpile, like we tried two more times, and you were like, man, you gave it a second and a third chance, and I'm like, yep. That's like we've never made it past that point. Ugh.
Jeez.
But Godpile, Kev, what about you guys? Changes in game. I mean, and I think my thoughts on this topic were sort of focused in one way, but like you might have completely different interpretations of the question or ideas. Like gaming itself has changed so much, even just
Uh,
like
Yeah,
Mhm.
access, game
I
types.
definitely I leaned more toward because like time, other commitments. That's going to be high on most most adult lists for this. But I don't have kids. Um, And so I do have some time on my hands, and so I guess my angle on it would be more of like the types of games I play, because I'm definitely more interested in um more casual, I guess, gaming than I ever was before. And I think that has to do with just kind of learning um what I'm looking for in a game, because I was definitely guilty of thinking I was a good gamer when I was a kid, just because like you're measuring yourself against your friends
Yeah.
and like other people you play with. So maybe you're not like the best in your friend group at every game, but like certain games you're the best at in your friend group. So that definitely made me think like, oh, I'm pretty good at games, and uh, and then that make then I would try and up the difficulty on games once we started getting games that actually had easy, normal, hard difficulties and stuff. I'd actually try and play games on hard, and I would just get frustrated because, in actuality, I was not that good at games. Um, and so I think pretty quickly I figured out like, well, fighting games aren't for me. I'm not, I'm not, I don't have the patience. I'm not going to sit there and look at move lists and try and memorize the moves. I need to get out of that. And so, like, I slowly whittled down what games I really wanted to play uh, coming into adulthood, and also learned, up the difficulty on the game. I have bad habits where I almost never finish games. Why are you trying to play it on a harder difficulty? It's just going to ensure I'm not going to finish that game. So I think that's where my habits have changed. I got no problem putting hours into casual games. Like if there's some documentary I want to watch, well, that's going to be on my second monitor, and I'm just going to have a casual game on, on my main monitor, and
uh,
that's cool with me.
I will say to jump in for a second, uh, Godpile, Kev, you guys made me feel so much better about myself in episode 0 and episode 1, mentioning that like you never finished games either. Because like when I was a kid, I was like, man, I never beat anything. I never played
Yeah.
anything to completion. And then you guys were mentioning that, and I was like, okay, most people probably weren't. Like,
Well, I think there's one person in our conversation here who actually does finish a lot of games. And so being friends with him was always kind of like, wait, you beat that game? Like, just some game from like your childhood, like, Super Mario or just something
mm, mm.
like, wait, you beat that? And he was like, yeah. And that would come up a lot in our friendship
So,
early on. I was like, I never even really considered beating that game. Seemed impossible.
dang. So Pat not
You weren't
finishing.
supposed to. You weren't supposed to beat those games.
so, so
True.
so Pat not finishing Final Fantasy VII makes it even like more
Hmm.
out of the norm that you didn't finish that.
Uh, I mean, that put so much time into it and
Yeah,
then didn't finish it is the thing.
I beat the
Uh,
final boss. I never beat Ruby Weapon.
yeah,
So that was like
I don't,
one thing to go back and do that I just never got around to.
and I don't think I beat 8
I,
either.
8 was the first one I played, and I played it and beat it. I wanted to go back and play 7 because it was like more popular, I guess, and like
Hmm.
my friend was playing it all the time. So I was like, man, I gotta beat 8. I gotta get, and I actually beat Ultima Weapon and Omega Weapon and beat that game. So like, I mean, I guess that's kind of like I don't know if I really 100%ed it, but that was such a level of satisfaction.
Yeah, and then I beat 9. I know I did,
Hmm,
and I think me and you are in the minority. I really enjoyed 9.
same. That's one I never beat. I mentioned that shit. Let a kid down the street borrow it. Never got it back.
It's fucked.
It's on Steam, so yeah.
I claimed it
Mm.
on the PS4, but I don't play that anymore. But yeah, if we want to jump back over to Kev, how has gaming changed for you?
Yeah, I'll quickly touch. I do agree. More casual difficulty or normal difficulty over the hardcore. As you touched on, Dom, we have more, and Pat too. We have more access slash choice than ever. We are almost spoiled for choice. You look at all those Steam games you have, or all those console games you have, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to play any of this.
Choice
I mean,
paralysis.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I will say, didn't necessarily touch on it previously, but there has been a shift, at least in my own personal gaming habits. I'm now more PC centric than I am console.
Very good point. Very good point.
I think that is. I'm not sure if that's in the mainstream yet, but I know a lot of folks that is certainly the case for them as well. That being said, the two big things. One, how has gaming changed for me as I've aged? It's become mainstream. In terms of profits and volume, video games are the largest source of entertainment on the planet. And when I was younger, I would get all sorts of shit, get beaten up, all sorts of verbal abuse for being into video games. If you, I think you guys may be able to relate since you were a grade or two below me, but at least for me and the folks older than me in the higher grades, being really into video games could be a social death sentence. I'm not sure if that was your experience, but it certainly was for me and a lot of other people. That being said, I almost feel like I've won. Like all the stuff that I was super into as a kid is now the mainstream. That's what's popular. And now all those people that were giving me shit, their kids are into what I was / am into.
You just unlocked a memory in my head when you said that.
Oh, please go ahead.
I
Share.
remember, I mentioned letting. It wasn't even a friend. It was just a kid down the road, a neighbor. I don't even know why I let him borrow Final Fantasy IX. Maybe I was just trying to be nice. We were on the same bus, but as far as like letting people borrow stuff, exchanges usually happened at school. And I remember like if I was gonna be like letting a friend borrow a video game and they were gonna let me borrow a video game, it was like doing a drug deal. Like like especially if I had the strategy guide that I was also letting them borrow, I would be like,
Oh,
okay, it's bad enough. Like if the hot girls see you trading video games, if they see me trading like a Brady Games Mint strategy guide, it's over. Like, so it'd be like, yeah, be cool. Yeah, just put it in here. Just put it in here. Like, but yeah, that definitely occurred. Oh man.
Yeah, you guys touched on all the others. I will say gaming has become online centric, whether you're on console or PC. So that's a big change. Again, there's no changing hands in the boys' bathroom between second and third period of the strategy guide and the CDs. So those are the two big ones, at least for me. It going mainstream and it being online centric.
Yeah, have you thought about how like there are kids who are into gaming who have never handled a physical game?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. Yep.
Like it's just all downloads, and it's like the opposite of your experience in school. If you're a kid now and you're not into Fortnite or I don't know, what are kids playing right now? Arc Raiders or something.
Yeah.
You're you're the loser now. Like we were born in the wrong generation. Like what you said was also interesting, Godpile. Like you thought you were good until like you kind of branched out. Um,
I mean, it'd definitely be a big change for gamers like me. Well, I don't know. Like, would I be a better gamer because I was playing online, and so I would have gotten good, uh, or would I be getting bullied because I was such a bad gamer? I mean, that could go either way if I was born in a different generation.
when did you first get into online gaming? Does anyone
I
remember?
It was college for me because I didn't have a fast enough connection at home to really do it.
I think me as well. Well, no, at a neighbor's, or not a neighbor's house, a friend's house. I mentioned this on episode 1. Need for Speed Underground drag races,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and that was either the first online gaming experience or the second. The first one could have been SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. Did you ever play SOCOM?
Nope.
I remember the ads for it.
It was either SOCOM or SOCOM 2.
It looked super cool.
Yeah, I remember like and like setting up an online gaming connection back then. I mentioned it took me forever to figure out to how to get the battery to work in my Saturn. Like
Right.
I didn't know how to set up a connection. And even if I had been like you, I probably wasn't fast enough. Because I did get SOCOM and like it came with the headset and everything. And but yeah, like I just didn't know how to. I was a kid, so I didn't know how to set all that stuff up. But then I think I played it years later at a friend's house. And then yeah, once college rolled around, it was like, oh, we got high speed internet in every room. Like,
Hmm.
um, I'm not sure about the statute of limitations on this, but I also had a ton of pirated games, and I could not play those online. And so that started a whole thing like, what's more important? Do I want to play this online, or do I just want to have it for free? Or what games can we pirate that are good and, you know, don't like the experience is not dependent on online capability.
Well, I mean, the only thing that back then that like they looked for was the product key,
Right. Yeah,
and
I went
so a
through
lot
this
of
whole
times,
thing with a roommate.
yeah, you could get product keys off of the internet, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Hmm.
Uh, but I mean, that's how uh, we used to do it anyway, a
Yeah,
long time ago.
I didn't know anything about the like Kevorkian PlayStation one of my friends had. It was like the old school big PlayStation,
Hmm.
PlayStation 2, rather.
Yeah.
And he like he knew all kinds of stuff about all kinds of things. And so like, you know, he would like flip it upside down and from the number of screws on the bottom, he'd be like, "Oh, this is a, you know, third edition or second edition or model or whatever." And then just like would look up all kinds of shit about how to basically just dismantle this thing and put it back together so it would play pirated content. So at one point his PlayStation was like hacksawed in half, kind of like sandwich style,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
he would like I think he like because he had soldering tools and he like soldered a hard drive to the iLink that you had to screw onto the back to play online, and then would just like shove this whole thing in there. And there was like I don't know, probably like 50 pirated games on that thing.
Man.
Yeah, I remember I really wanted to play like I think it was Resident Evil, like Biohazard or something. There was an online mode, and that was the main thing where I was like, man, I got to figure out how to play this online. But yeah, maybe that's why I don't know. Maybe that's why the product key thing wouldn't work because I think he talked about that too. But it was on PlayStation. I don't know if you were if you were playing on PC, Pat.
No, everything I'm talking about was PC.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure about PlayStation. I never did any modifications. I don't think Godpile would have appreciated me uh, modifying his PS2.
But then shortly after is when I got into City of Heroes, and that became my main online gaming experience. So I didn't need the pirated content anymore.
Yeah,
because you
God,
became a pirate.
It's right. It's right. It's right. I was thinking about that the other
Godpile
day. I thought about
coming
naming
back
a
and sorry, go ahead.
I thought about naming a robot in Robot Arena 2 Sex McSexy in honor of in
Man,
honor of Kev.
gotta make them fast.
Well,
Great name, great character.
because you can get a katana. And I was like,
It's
Oh,
true.
beautiful,
It's true.
beautiful.
what were you gonna say,
Yeah,
Pat?
I remember being so hyped for COH like before it came out, and I was actually like involved in the forums, doing all that. It might have been the first time I was ever like a member of a forum. Actually, was for COH.
I remember your forum conversations.
Well, I got
Didn't you get
kicked.
banned from the forum?
Yeah, I got kicked because they thought I was multiple people, and I wasn't. They thought I was running
Because you
multiple
were
accounts,
so involved.
but yeah, I wasn't, and they were able to. Supposedly there was like a petition, and yeah, they kicked me.
Did this have to
And
do with Tiger Boy? Is that
I, God, it's all kind of wishy-washy in my head. I don't really remember. I know there was some kind of like little character editor
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that you could find, and everyone was not, well, not every, like a handful of people were on the COH forum making characters, uh, you know, planning what my character is going to be when the game comes out, kind of a thing. And I made multiple of those. None of them. I don't really remember the names of any of them or anything really. But yeah, none of them were offensive. There wasn't anything crazy about them. But I rubbed one of the, I guess, quote unquote, like popular people on the forum the wrong way somehow.
Hmm.
Is what it seemed to be. Because like someone else in the forum, like, you know EM'd me and said like, hey, so and so's like, you know trying to you kicked. And I was just like, you know what? And yeah, I was kicked soon after.
Oh wow.
So
Drama on the COH
yeah,
forum.
yeah. But because of that, I was just like, man, screw this game, even though it had nothing to do with the game. And so I didn't buy COH for the first, I don't know, year or so it was out. Maybe longer. I don't know. But yeah, eventually, when I did buy it, it became my main game.
I remember I was given World of Warcraft as a gift because I had I had a friend playing it, and then I think it was probably my birthday, and I was like, oh, he wants somebody to play with. I get it.
Hmm.
And so I switched over to WoW for a while, and you were like, you were like, wow, huh?
Yeah, because that's what everyone was playing. It was so much more popular than COH.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just like, man, losing one of the few
I
to,
came back to
to join the
COH.
many.
I came back to COH though.
Yeah,
I felt like I had to play for a while because it was a gift. Like, gotta be.
that's a tough gift because there's a subscription.
That's true. So then after like it was a lot easier. I feel like to get a couple months free for online gaming back in the
Okay.
day. Um, I feel like one console that has not come up much in our conversations is Xbox or Xbox 360, But there was a point where I was just making a new gamer tag like each month because you could get a free month. So just to I'd make a new email, make a new gamer tag, and get a free month of Xbox Live over and over again.
Yeah, I never had an Xbox. I bought Kev's 360 off of him when he was deployed.
Mm.
So so most of my 360 experience is from his games that I got from him.
The,
Um,
that's a
I guess I mean Castle Crashers was awesome. I remember playing a lot of Castle Crashers. But one of my other memories though, that was in my second apartment, I think, and I actually had the surround sound set up in the second apartment. And one of the biggest jump scares of my life was playing Fallout 3 and surround sound like fully tricked me. I'm sneaking around some, base or something, like with raiders, and a door opens behind, in the game, door opens behind me. It fully sounds like a door opening in my apartment. And I'm like, what? And at the same time, I triggered a tripwire and a mine explodes. And I freaking jumped off the couch. I think that's the biggest jump scare I've ever had from gaming.
um that'd be a Kev. I don't know if uh were you or was anyone able to do any gaming on like a deployment? Was there somewhere to like go play an Xbox or anything?
Yeah, I mean, um,
Did
if you
guy
were on,
did guys have handhelds or anything?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean there was the full gamut. Folks would put TVs in the mail, or we had these large connexes that folks could put things in that would get shipped over. Obviously, no online connectivity, but you had a lot of multiplayer games going on, within your platoons. The Obviously some folks would have the very in-depth single player experiences. I think I mentioned to you, Dom, a while back, playing Tactics Ogre on the PSP and being able to just fully immerse myself into it when I was overseas. But now that I'm here and have everything at my fingertips and all these other distractions, I just cannot bring myself to invest in it. That being said, yeah, handhelds big time. Consoles were also available. If you were on one of the larger fobs or one of the larger bases, then they would have sporadically throughout these entertainment areas that you could go check out a controller, check out a game, and play it sort of in this group environment amongst other people playing games. But yeah, gaming was really big. It was a great way to just escape, and it was pretty ubiquitous, wherever you went.
Mm. Yeah, I also lived outside the U.S., not in a military capacity, but lived outside of the U.S. for a long time after college. And I don't think I played a video game between like 2011 and 2014. So probably like 2.5 to 3 years where I didn't do any gaming, like at all. No console, no handheld, no PC, not even
Any
mobile.
mobile? Were phones good enough back then? I don't even remember.
Well, I moved to Central America, and what I ended up with for a
Oh,
couple of years was a BlackBerry. So
okay.
no. Um,
Blackberries have Snake, right?
what's oh like I think they might, but I never played that. Um, so I actually ended up, and this is a segue for something I'll be doing on Twitch. Uh, And a topic that we've kicked around a bit was a game that you end up playing over and over again, even though it's not a good time, even though it might annoy you or frustrate you or drive you insane. But when uh, I didn't do any gaming for a while, and then I ended up getting a PS2. But I lived somewhere where, yeah, I had internet, but my ping was always hovering around like 80 to 100. And so it just wasn't the best online gaming experience for a lot of things. So I went back to uh, something I hadn't played for even longer, even I think since like 2009, was FIFA. And then just because I could play like career mode and you didn't need internet, it was just a
Mm-hmm.
offline gaming experience. And you know, I mentioned FIFA 97 on episode one. That was the first FIFA I played. And then I have here sitting beside me for the PlayStation 2, FIFA 2005 and 2007. I've meant to show it on stream at some point, but I have a save file on this PS2 memory card from 2008. So yeah, I played career modes quite a bit when I was younger, and then didn't for a while, and then got back into it, and then just got progressively angrier and angrier and more annoyed playing career modes to the point where I retired. And I was out. I was really out. Like I looked at it, combined playtime for EAFC 24 and 25 is like 40 hours. So in the last 2.5 years, I've played like less than 40 hours of FIFA EAFC. But now, you know, there's a sad situation regarding a team I support, and they're probably going to be gone from FIFA forever. So I'm back to play one more career mode on the last EAFC they're probably ever going to be on, and
Oh man,
it's just going to be a depression stream. It's just going to be like, uh,
it's a great concept for stream though. Tragic.
the odds that they're going to
Yeah.
survive relegation are not good, guys. So, if you want to see me trying to have a good time, but mostly just being sad and sometimes being angry, um, there's a link to the Twitch in the description, and that is my plan. I'll have some free time coming up over the holidays, so I'm planning to start grinding that career mode. And honestly, at this point, if my team, Newport County, does get relegated, I mean, it could be like just a very freeing experience where I'm never gonna have to do this again. But
Hmm.
if this is the last time they make an appearance on that game, I want to give them. I've played a career mode with them on every FIFA since 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So I've played career mode with them every FIFA since then. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
What? I haven't played or watched, like a career mode really in any, sports game. Maybe ever. I feel like when I was heavily playing sports games, it didn't really have career modes yet.
Hmm.
So, is it what's what's so infuriating about it? Just losing, just straight up, just
I
season
mean,
going poorly.
pe- people have said for years that there's, scripting in some of those games.
Yeah.
And so like if you feel like you're getting screwed by the computer and like let's say hypothetically you're just ripping 15 shots on goal and I cuz I started out playing in lower leagues, man. Uh these players aren't high rated, but some, 62 rated goalkeeper is playing out of his mind and you know, saving top like upper
Uh,
V power shots. You're kind of like, okay, come on. Um, So yeah, it might not be a Merry Christmas because I might be raging.
I'm
But
looking forward. I'm looking forward to watching some of this.
Hmm. During that conversation, what were you just saying, Godpile? You just said something that reminded me of what I was thinking about earlier.
Uh, where I got jump scared?
No,
Called
no,
out?
what about career mode? Oh, gaming experience. So like, what about it? So you were saying like, what about it makes it infuriating? Um,
Yeah.
Something I was trying to speak about earlier. I think Pat and Kev brought it up was like, you know, I think you were also saying playing games on a harder difficulty.
Mm.
Like, is that something y'all did? Like, was that fun at some point? Because
I.
when I
Oof.
got back into FIFA 17, I hadn't played since like FIFA 2009, so a long break. And so I just started out kind of like a low difficulty, but being like, oh, this is easy and just ramping it up. But even, at that point, I was like, I don't know. There was like a sense of pride of, because like I couldn't get online and play people in a consistent way because of my internet. I lived on a mountain in a third world country. It wasn't happening. But but like I felt like a sense of pride to turn the difficulty up to the highest setting
Hmm.
and be able to win. And that reminded me like playing like FIFA 2005, I could turn the difficulty up to the highest setting, and if my team was like as good as the other team, I would destroy. And so like it was like a personal challenge to make the game more difficult. I would turn the difficulty all the way up, and then I would pick a terrible team, like a half-star team, and I would try and beat a 5-star team on the hardest difficulty with a half-star team. And yeah, and like I could do it, not every time, but when I actually did do it, it was like euphoria. Cause like and like it would be kind of lame because I'd be like, well, I'm gonna have to pass the ball between my defenders and my goalie for about 80 minutes, and then try and
Oh
get
my
out,
god.
and get one goal and just run the clock out. But I
This
was
is the
like,
kind of this is kind of the visual content our podcast needs.
I'm not even kidding, man. My goal was to get through the first half, like neither team with a shot, passing the ball in my own half, and then be like, okay, I got a chance. I got a chance. It's like in real life when a bad team plays a good team, they're just parking the bus and trying to make it to the last couple minutes and then see if they can get one good shot. Um, but now I actually want to enjoy playing games.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about playing on the hardest difficulty anymore. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
old. I got a foot in the grave. Who cares? Like if we talked about time management. Like if I'm taking time to play this game, I don't want to get up from my desk and be mad.
Mm-mm.
Even playing Robot Arena, dude, I'm like, these robots are cheating. This is bullcrap. like this is just a wedge robot. He ain't even got no weapons. He flipped me over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I came to the realization when I was working at that desk job, because there were some gamers in the office, and they talk about stuff sometimes, and almost anytime a new game came out, almost always with this, it's like two or three guys, the first question they would ask is what difficulty? What difficulty are you playing at? Yeah. And it was like this whole machismo kind of a thing going on, and it was really weird, and I think that's what really made me realize like I I kind of had a tendency to try and do that myself with certain types of games, and it kind of made me think like why? Like I don't I'm not gonna the chances of me finishing the game, on normal are kind of low. Why am I trying to play on hard? Like, what am I doing?
I think it's like, in a sense, just sort of resigning to like retirement. Like I mean,
Out to pasture.
we've never even brought up on any episode of the podcast the name of our gaming clan. Okay, like in Robot Arena, I named my robot team the Hot Squad.
Yeah, I've
Mm.
noticed.
Yeah, just as a throwback to good
Yeah,
times, COH, the all that stuff.
through the days. I kind of want to like go through the process of getting back on COH.
But like you brought it up, I think you coined the name of the new team, which is a lot of the old team, but now we're Bedpan Gaming because we're
Yeah,
we're old and we know we're shit now. Um,
yeah, it fits.
so I did think about like designing a robot that looked like a bedpan, or I don't know, like I feel like a turd would be hard to get all the components in, or something like that.
I don't remember the limitations of Robot Arena that well, but a bedpan might be kind of difficult, but I don't really remember.
Also, I was listening to a podcast, and it made me think of Bedpan Gaming because somebody mentioned or asked the question, like, how do you use a bedpan? Because, like,
I've wondered this, and never I've never looked it up because I'm kind of scared.
yeah,
But I
because
have wondered the same thing. Like, do you have to like lift yourself up and get it under you? So it's like that doesn't
Yep.
work.
because they were
Yeah.
saying like if it's under you, but you got to go number one, like he was like, do you roll over? like,
I'm assuming you have to do one at a time.
like, do you lay
You
face down on it? Uh,
I would imagine they
lay
stitch
face
you up.
down.
yeah, I'll try and find the podcast and share that clip with you. But, it was just a discussion like, how does this happen? What are the logistics of this?
Because my thinking, I'm assuming I guess someone's helping, someone's assisting. If it has to
Yeah.
be scooted under you while you're laying down, if you can't get up, I can't imagine you can, crab yourself up like that. Um,
Oh,
so I mean,
man.
yeah, there has to be an assist, or you like able to like lay on your side, and I don't know.
Well, we should probably, on that note, we should probably start wrapping this up. So,
Oh no.
And on.
yeah, that was not on the talking points I sent out, but just just something to leave the listeners thinking about. We like on open world survival, we like to make you think.
Yeah. Do you crab to use your bedpan?
Are you a face down bedpanner? Have you tried have you tried to go one and two in a bedpan at the same time?
Which do you do first if you have to do it one
Oh,
at a
see,
time?
that's a good question. Which do you do first? I feel like it's
Man,
designed in a
how about
way you're not going to have a lot of splash if you go one. So honestly, I would two first, because like if there's some pee in there and you drop something on it, you might get some splash.
yeah, that's
I hope my wife makes it to this part of the podcast, because
You can answer some of these questions.
yeah, exactly. She's in healthcare.
well, she's gonna have to create an account so she can sound off in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a catheter?
Oh,
And you don't have to go number one.
That's a good point.
Huh.
There's gonna be like a decent percentage of people that probably have a catheter at the time.
I remember this is
So
a,
it's,
this is
it's just
another
for number two.
this is another story that uh, I got surgery when I was young, and I hadn't been able to go number one since my surgery, and they were like, well, if you can't go today, we're gonna have to get a catheter in you. And I was in like 5th grade. I didn't know what the fuck that was. So then I was like, what's a catheter? And about 1 second after they told me what a catheter was, I stood up and peed right in front of that nurse. So I was like, that's all the motivation I needed, lady. Thank you.
Oof.
Um, this one went off the rails. To anyone who's listening, to anyone who's listened this long, seek professional help. 'Cause, uh, this one spiraled out of control. But thanks for sticking with us on Open World Survival Episode 2. How has your gaming experience changed throughout the course of your life? Leave a comment. Um, are you? I think Kev, Pat, myself, Godpile as well. I feel like as we described it, our gaming experiences have just had to become more practical. You get older, you got stuff to do, more responsibilities. Um, there's more access than ever, but we almost live in a state of choice paralysis, like Kev was saying. So yeah, how has your gaming experience changed? We touched on some other things. What was the first online game you played or got really into? What what are games that don't bring you joy, but you can't put them down? I mean, I played Rocket League yesterday with Godpile, and I think in our first game, my comment was, just like I remember.
Yeah, it was a rough way to start.
It's a rough session, but
Hopping into a tournament in a game mode we're not good at.
we haven't played that game mode. I don't think we've played it this year. I think we played it in 2024, and I haven't touched the controller in 3 months, 2 months, and I wasn't good to begin with. So, um, but yeah, leave a comment. How's gaming changed for you? Uh, what was your first online gaming experience? What games get on your nerves? Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking with us. If you keep listening to these full episodes, I know Pat does. I worry about you. What's wrong with you? But
I
um,
might skip this one.
uh, so after my blunder at the beginning with the PlayStation startup sound, I guess you guys aren't going to be able to hear this. So you're going to have to listen to this part of the podcast to try and take a guess. I'm not going to tell you what song this is. Um, but when I edited episode 1, there was a little copyright notification because I played some anime music. It was fine. That artist allows their music on YouTube, but I'm gonna play 1 second of an anime song, and if you know what this is from or what song this is, leave a comment about that. So this is our 1 second anime outro. Um, it takes a second. It's a video. Oh, that was it. So I'll do better next time. I'll set it up so everyone in the Discord can hear it. Um, but yeah, for KevDirect, Godpile, and Patty90X, I'm domognarigato. Thanks for listening. This was Open World Survival Podcast, Episode 2. Um, Kev has Twitch and YouTube, and so do I. Tune in to see me being miserable playing FIFA in the future, in the near future. Now that I know Godpile is interested, I'm gonna have to start that up and Robot Arena ridiculousness. So, thanks for listening.
Sweet. Later.
GG's.
Yeah.